So today I'm gonna make goat milk lotion, and so I thought I would make a video and show you how I do this. Now, this isn't my recipe. I did find it online. I have no clue where I found it. I've been doing this for, I don't know, it was probably 3 years ago that we found this recipe, so I no longer have the source, and I just have it written down, and this is what I do. So somewhere out there on the internet, this recipe exists. Somebody put it out there, and so I'm just showing you what I do to make it. First thing I need is 10.2 ounces of water. So I've got my saucepan here that I'm going to add my water to because I'm going to have to heat it up. And then I need equal amounts of goat milk. So I'll have a total of 20.4 ounces, half goat milk, half water, and I've got to heat that to between 80 and 100 degrees. And it doesn't take long on our wood stove to get to that, so I will put it on the coolest side because I have some other things to get ready before I'll be able to make it. Now, accuracy is a little more important for consistency, but just a little extra goat milk or a little extra water will just make it a little runnier. So it is easier to pour from this container. So I will do that this way just because it's a little easier to pour it. But it's also a little messier switching from one container to the next. That's okay, we'll just wipe it up. Olivia, would you mind putting the goat milk back in the fridge for me, please? All right, so we have the 20 point. Oop, I only did 2. I need to do 4. Just 1 second, babe. You find somebody's sunglasses, Theodore? Yeah, you found your sister's? Okay. Thank you. Alright, so now I've got 20.4 ounces of goat milk water. I know. And I will show you here. I will put it just on the cooler side here because I only need to get to between 80 and 100 degrees. And this doesn't really sit in very well. It wasn't made for such a small pot. Yeah, I'm already pretty warm. So Olivia's gonna watch that for me to get me to 80 to 100. At 80, I would take it off and add it. So once it's at about 80, we'll put it in here. You gotta make sure though, Olivia, that it is like in the middle. Hey, can you go show those to Owen? Go show Owen what you found. Alright, next I need oils. I need a total of 3.7 ounces of oil and 1.2 ounces of shea butter. So I'm going to put this on and tare my scale. Maybe move some things over. I'm going to have to get some shea butter soon. I'm starting to run low. This is also going to go on the stove to melt down. And it's pretty crumbly at this point, so hopefully I can get it. And this isn't going to make a ton. Usually I make a lot. So here I just kind of mess until I get to my 1.2 ounces. So I'm at 1.6. I gotta take a little more away. We're still at 1.3, but I've taken a lot. Alright, so we've got 1.3 ounces of shea butter. That's 0.1 ounces more than the recipe calls for, but it's not a huge deal. And then I need to add my other oils, and they're more liquid oils. So I'm going to start with sweet almond oil. And I'm here looking to get up to, I haven't opened this one yet. Yeah. See, 4.9 units or ounces altogether. I haven't opened this guy yet. But I'm also going to add some vitamin E. And I should have gotten coconut oil out. I have some. Already by the stove, it's already pre-melted. So sweet almond oil and coconut, and I'm not consistent with how much of this these two I use. Sometimes I use a little jojoba oil as well. In fact, I will add a little bit of that. Put me a little over, but on the vitamin E, I'll add after warming. All right. So I've got my oils together. I'll have to fix that lid. And just as visual here. So I've got some melted, some not. Coconut is kind of in between. The sweet almond oil is pretty much always liquid. And then I've got my solid shea butter. So need on here, and I gotta zero my scale. 0.3 ounces of 1.2 ounces of emulsifying wax, which is right here. This is just what I use. And I never have spoons out for some reason. So I'm getting 1.2 ounces of this. And it's pretty crumbly, so it's easy to measure out and take back if I overdo. 1.1. What's that? 1.2. All right. Sometimes it takes it a moment to catch up. And then I'm going to add 0.3 ounces of this. It's, I don't even know how to say it, fenanip. It is kind of it helps keep the lotion usable longer. So it's like a preservative. So I'm getting a 0.5. This obviously, once I get too much, I can't take it back. You don't want to have way too much. This tiny isn't a big deal. Are you sure about all that? All right, so I'm at a total of 1.5 now, so I'm good there. And once my oils are melted, I will add this to top it off. So we'll come back here. How are we doing, Olivia? Yeah, it'll take a while though. Alright, so then I'm going to combine the two into here, and I am going to whip these up together. So I put the oil in first just because it's going to be warmer in theory. Also, that last bit that I put in, the last preservative, the directions that I read, that I have, say to add it at the end, and after you've mixed it for a few minutes. I don't, I just, in the beginning, I made that mistake of adding it, and so I just add it. And I haven't had a negative effect to that. Maybe there is one, but technically I should have mixed this for a bit and then added that. So now I'm gonna whir it up for 2 to 5 minutes until it kind of starts to look more like lotion. So I will pause the video for a moment. I'll be back when that's done. Alright, so I thought I would kind of give you a look-see at the moment. It's not quite there, but it's getting closer, so it's not as watery as it once was, or liquidy, I guess. So I got to keep going. I'm about a minute to minute and a half in, but this is where I am midway through. Alright, so I've gotten it to the point where it's pretty close to lotion consistency. It's still a little runny, but that will, as it cools some more, and it'll kind of set up as we go. So I stop it about there. I'm not sure how easy that is to tell on video, but this is where I'm stopping it. So Olivia, can you hand me this, the soup spatula, the soup ladle? All right, so the next thing I do is I just clear this off. What?
Yeah, no. Where's Owen?
Can he sit and play with you for a little bit? Alright, so the next thing I do is I'm getting it ready to put in my lotion bottles. These I just ordered glass brown lotion bottles, and I've used them as gifts, so I've only got the 2 left that we use, but I need to get them scented, and then I will put them in. So for the kids, I just add lavender. For the kids, I just add lavender and yarrow palm. And so I'll start with that, with theirs. And I did put labels at one point so I would remember what oils I like. I don't necessarily add all of the ones on the list all the time. And I don't put a ton in. Looking for about 20 drops of yarrow palm. And I had to replace this bottle soon. So this is just, I get this from Doterra, the yarrow palm, and then I'm doing about 20 drops of lavender. And so that's real light on the oils for this size container. But again, this is for my kids. Okay, so I add those in and I stir them up, and the yarrow palm gets a nice blue tint to the oil. It doesn't, or the lotion, it doesn't stick with it. When you put it on, it doesn't turn your skin blue, but I always like it. I don't know, just do. No scientific reason for it or anything. So I don't have a great way of filling this as of yet. If I just use this funnel, I can get it to go for a second, and then I have to, oh, I actually got it all the way in and overfilled it because I was talking. So to fix that, or to make up for that mistake, I will pour just a little bit back. So I do the same for mine, except now I'm going to add in a little bit of Melissa oil as well. For our lotion, I add a little bit of Melissa oil. And I'm only doing 10 drops of Melissa oil.
Wiggling, not rubbing.
And it's already starting to thicken, so it's not going down quite as easily, but it's still pretty good. Can't see past my labels. There we go. I will get the rest of this in the jar, and I will just put it in underneath our bathroom sink, and it just stores there. It lasts for quite a while because last time I made quite a bit and then just never ordered jars. I'd meant to gift some and then ended up doing, I don't even remember what, but I did something else. And so we had a lot and we used a lot and go through quite a bit, but like I had a half gallon of lotion on the side, and I think that lasted us, I don't know, it was still good after like almost a year, I think it was. So anyways, that is how I make my goat milk lotion, and it's super awesome on your feet. As type 1 diabetics, Justin and I put this on our feet almost every night, and I just realized I didn't put vitamin E in it. So, hey, I will add it to this batch and stir it in, and then I'll just go back and stir it in to the kids in a second. So, I just add about a tablespoon, which this isn't an exact measure, but and I just add that in. Post when it's off heat. I should have put it in before I started stirring, but I have some distractions, namely Theodore, so I forgot. So this is all set. I'll just lid it and put it away. And because I forgot it in mine, I'll just show you what I do. I just need to add a few drops. And close the lid. And I'll just shake it up. And it shakes up fairly well. I could also use, I have a little like stir that well, it's not really stir, it's they're chopsticks, but I just stick that in and kind of stir in. If I forget an oil when I'm doing it, or like I said, the vitamin E, something that I put in after, it's easy enough to stir in. I don't always use the same combination of oils, just depending on my mood. I switch those out as well. But basics of goat milk lotion, and hopefully you can give it a try sometime soon.